Thank you for joining us at noon. I'm Anusha Roy. In the last hour and a half, we have heard from Denver Mayor Mike Johnston on how much the city will be spending on the migrant crisis and where that money is coming from. The city will be spending nearly $90 million on services, and that will be funded using money saved in budget cuts impacting every agency in the city. But the cuts are not as dramatic as first thought.
In Denver, we believe our biggest problems are solvable, and we believe that we are the ones to solve them. Today, we are here to announce the next phase of this program that we think positions ourselves to serve the newcomers who arrive here best and to serve the residents of this city best. Today, we'll announce the Denver Asylum Seeker Program, which will give us a chance to better serve migrants and avoid cuts to core public services and stabilize the city budget. As a result of that, we only need to propose today a package of $45 million in cuts to help meet the remaining budget need for the city.
The mayor said that the city will not be filling all of their vacant positions right away, 160 to be specific, out of roughly 13,000 jobs in Denver. While city departments were originally asked to come up with plans to cut up to 15% of their budget, now the mayor says that the average cut was actually closer to around 2.5%. The city is also reversing a previous decision and returning all rec centers to regular hours starting on June 7th. Johnston announced that there will be no furloughs or layoffs of city employees. Now, the city, it still needs to account for around $45 million. City council will need to sign off on plans for budget reductions. That plan will be presented to the City Council Finance Committee on April 16th. We will also have more on this budget later today on 9 News. Want to give you a live look over Denver right now. Yesterday, another 24 migrants arrived in the city. The number of people in Denver city shelters dropped to around 800 people right now. Also, officers are investigating 2 sexual assaults in Denver's migrant shelters. Police say that man is from Denver. The incidents happened on the same day in January at 2 hotels that were being used to house people from Venezuela. A woman living in one of the shelters met a man at a nearby convenience store. Court documents show the man told her he also lived in the same shelter, led her to a room when he pulled out a gun and then raped her. Less than an hour later, police say the man sexually assaulted another woman. Police arrested Tyler Reed last month. It's not clear how he was able to get past security and into the shelters. Neither of the hotels involved in this incident are still being used as a shelter. Reed is out on bond and due back in court next week. After major delays all morning long, the area around Hamden at Parker Road is now back open. There was a single car rollover. The driver was ejected and did suffer serious injuries. Police say they're looking into speeding as a factor. At this time, we don't know that driver's current condition. Want to give you a live look at the high country right now. Definitely a little bit of a snowy afternoon, especially so very different than what we're having right now. If you want to give you a live look over Coors Field, it's this gorgeous afternoon that we have. Beautiful day for a ball game, right? Rockies playing Arizona in less than an hour from right now. We've got Lauren Robinson joining us, and good news is we're warming up from here on out.
That's right. We have a very warm weekend coming up, but with the warmer temperatures, we'll see lots of sunshine, gusty winds. We're going to watch for increased fire weather danger this weekend, but as long as you stay fire safe, we have a beautiful weekend in store. Yeah. In the meantime, we have one day of a brief cool down with a very weak front that's moving its way through. That's dropping our temperatures again just for one day. We're going to see those highs maxing out in the 50s most likely, but we're also seeing a little bit of precipitation move through with this system. So we're watching for some light snowflakes across the northern high country here, and that's going to bring in some slight rain chances as you move into the Front Range and Eastern Plains as the system continues to move its way eastward. So northern portions of the high country and even into the foothills could see a dusting to a couple inches of new snow. And then as we continue to see that system move its way eastward, that's where we're going to watch for those very spotty Front Range showers later this afternoon. But moving ahead, we do have a warm and windy weekend. We're going to see those temperatures in the upper 70s. Those winds will pick up. We'll see dry air, so we're going to watch for that increased fire weather danger. I'll have details on everything we can expect just ahead of my full 7-day forecast.
For that, Lauren. Well, new data on inflation is not bringing too much relief to people's budget. The Bureau of Labor Statistics is reporting that the 12-month price growth went from 3.2% in February to 3.5% in March. Some areas with the biggest price jumps are auto insurance, home cleaning, baby food and formula, as well as outpatient hospital services. There was a little relief in grocery prices. That was up just 1.2% on the year. And how much you pay for new and used cars actually fell. This, however, has experts experts questioning if interest rate cuts will be delayed or maybe not as many will happen in 2024. I'll give you a warning, though, that this next story, the video is really hard to watch. Right now, a former bus aide in Littleton is set to face a judge next month accused of abusing a little boy with disabilities. This is the video that was recorded last month on a Littleton school bus. Shows Kiara Jones sitting next to a 10-year-old boy. He is nonverbal, and then Jones starts to hit the boy, first his body and then in his face. Right now, Inglewood police are investigating and reviewing more videos, and parents are accusing Littleton schools of ignoring their complaints for months.
If I could say one thing to Littleton public schools, it would be, how dare you? How dare you fail my son in such an astonishing, preventable way?
Last week, the school district superintendent told parents over email that Jones had been fired. Police arrested her on suspicion of felony assault. Court records show that she has since bonded out. Now, incidents like this, unfortunately, they've happened several times over the last few years in Colorado, most recently in the Poudre School District. Tyler Zanella is accused of abusing 11 kids with autism on a bus last year. He was also a bus aide. Video in that case has not been released to the public. It is a part of the criminal case against him, though. He pleaded guilty in January, and Friday, Zanella is set to be sentenced. He is facing up to 14 years in prison. Democratic Secretary of State Jenna Griswold will be keeping her job after an attempt to impeach her failed last night. Republican House representatives, led by Minority Leader Rose Puglisi and Republican State Representative Ryan Armagost, tried to impeach her. They accused her of malfeasance in the effort to keep former President Trump off the primary ballot. In reality, 6 Colorado Republican voters and a liberal Washington, D.C. group sued Griswold to keep Trump from the ballot. The lawsuit went to the U.S. Supreme Court, which ruled that he was eligible. Griswold, as Secretary of State, printed Trump's name on the ballot, and all votes for Trump were counted. That final vote in committee was 8-3 along party lines.